Welcome, everybody, to tonight's Plumes of Hazards. I am Master Study Under 78, and here are my co-hosts. Understudy 77.
I'm just going
Chewbacca.
to put you up for that.
And the Angstful Vapor. Slancho.
Everyone.
Welcome to
Fu Muster Study.
I was going to say, I got a kick out of the fact that your co-host did not include Fubaka as well.
Just an amalgamation between you and the white people.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome to 2017. May all of 2016 go fuck itself.
Here, here.
You
No
say
doubt.
that now, 2017 is going to suck because everyone's saying, oh, 2016 was so bad. It's going to be worse. Watch.
Happy
wife-
New Year to everyone.
My wife has this thought. She goes, everybody's complaining about all the deaths in 2016.
Yeah.
She goes, it's all people that, like, when we were kids, we really looked up to. She goes, it's just going to get worse year after year now.
Yeah, it is.
Exactly.
Although we did, who was Prince this last year? I think Prince was this last year.
It was.
Yeah.
But it's realistically possible that it's just going to.
The thunder's been stolen many times from Prince since.
Yeah, Carrie
you know.
Fisher.
Gary Fisher was a big one.
That was so sad.
And then Debbie.
George Michael, not so much.
No.
Did you hear that? Well, I mean, come on now. I see to some people, George Michael was, I should have
We have our typical optimism coming into the year from Darryl. Fuck, we didn't know anyone personally. Everybody dies. Let's just ignore any effect that they had on the world, good or bad.
Well,
and
yeah,
say,
well,
we didn't know them personally.
And let's not forget, 2016 would be the year of the FDA. 2017 is going to be the year of amnesia because everyone's forgotten what's coming down the pipe.
Let's open up some shops and buy some sports cars, boys.
Do it.
And have meltdowns.
Although in defense, that happened a lot in 2016 after the regs too.
It sure did. No, that's absolutely
True.
Basically, what
Liquidation.
we're saying is no one's behavior's changed.
Liquidation of assets that you don't have.
Yeah, basically the changes from FDA regs happened for about a week, and then everybody stopped caring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm still vaping.
And I'm going to comment here that it's not to Duro specifically. It's not necessarily a comment on whether or not pop entertainment touched somebody's heart. It's a comment on, and not that it absolutely can't in some way, shape, or form, but look at what some of those people have done outside of that. Look at what Carrie Fisher did for people with depression and bipolar.
Sure.
Look at the insight that she brought on mental illness and the focus that she brought on mental illness. That's not a pop culture thing. That's a real world betterment thing. So that goes way outside just pop culture. And a lot of these people, it does.
Yeah.
True. Oh, by the way, we've had some comments. Yes, I'm not in my attic. I had to do the show, so it's a long story. But the short of it is, I'm still not home, and I came over to my uncle's house to do the show because it's quiet.
Yeah.
I do. You may see a girl. There's my cousin over there. He's playing the Xboxes.
Hi.
So
Behind my
Playing the
bro.
Xbox. Playing the Xbox.
I didn't see it before.
Playing the Xbox or cooking the meth? In other news,
Little column A, little column B.
wait. Do you have you have us on speakers? Don't you? Whoops.
It's been
Go ahead.
a rough end of year, though, I think.
Yeah. In other news, did you guys know that I found out? I didn't tell you this, but I did the whole cotton swab genealogy thing.
Oh yeah.
Send it out. Now your crap is in the FBA database and
So
everything.
you're not really Mexican?
I was gonna say, are you really white? Because that would be awesome.
I actually found out, and this is kind of funny. Our admin Calcina found out that I'm actually related to him, and we have a cousin that lives here, and there he is. Right there. And
Your cousin plays in a metal band.
He plays in a metal band, and yeah. So I guess we're connected now, Kyle. So there you go.
You know, I can say one good thing about 2017 coming in, because I have this long string. Every year I go to my mom's for Christmas, and every year I come back and I get horribly, horribly sick. Every year, like fucking clockwork, this happens.
I would like to point out that right now in chat, Carrie Fisher's Coke addiction just joined.
Well,
so this year was the last year that I will be traveling for Christmas. From now on, everybody will be traveling to me, which means maybe I will escape my horrible, horrible Christmas death colds.
yeah.
Hey, well, then they're just going to bring them to you.
I honestly, I think I get them on Christmas Day every year when we go to like this big family gathering that I won't have to ever do again.
Maybe we're in a similar position. We're kind of tired of driving across the damn country to Georgia. we may put our foot down too.
Where we going?
Completely up to you if you want to tell it.
You should spend some of that Plumes juice money on a private jet, man.
Right.
I'll get him an RC plane.
You know what a lot of people don't know is that we have all from Juice made enough money to buy mansions, but because we wanted to stay like men of the people, we built scale replicas of the rooms that we broadcast in inside those mansions.
I made so much money because Abolishment is awesome.
You know,
I just rotate my scenes every week.
You do realize that that's actually like a YouTube thing, right? Like a lot of these huge broadcasters on YouTube make stupid money, but because they make so much money because they're like of the people, like they're normal guys, that they go out and get these mansions, but then they have a small room in there, and that's the only place that you ever see to make it look like they're still exactly the same, even though they're making millions of dollars from YouTube.
Or they go and get these mansions, and then YouTube changes their algorithm, and they start making less money, and then they can't pay the taxes, so then they lose the house.
Right.
So,
or they have to fire their wait staff or their live-in servants.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know what background people are talking about. The one that I have every week with all the stuff, or this one, which is from the show Castle, which I watched 4 seasons of over the holidays. It's really good.
Triggered.
We never picked a winner. Don't we need to pick a winner for that still?
I picked mine.
I don't think we ever agreed on. We should do that tonight.
Yeah, I had the Barfy Poos last Monday. So
yeah,
you're here.
Yeah,
I was in
you
the
guys had
fucking hospital.
Poos. Yeah, I had one of my immediate family members was in the hospital as well. I haven't gotten anything done really. In fact, that's why I'm not home.
So let's do a PSA on dehydration, because I now understand dehydration.
When your pee is yellow, drink more Mellow Yellow.
I understand dehydration enough to a point that I was in the hospital for it and was hallucinating.
Dude, it's no joke. When
So you had 3 Dias in your hands?
Just stay fucking hydrated. Like it was probably one of the most awful experiences of my life of this weekend.
Did you have dry knuckles?
Yeah, Horror is very concerned about your dry.
I was really upset that I didn't have electrolyte powder. I didn't vape for like 2 or 3 days though, because I was worried about vaping. Because I was like, I legitimately, like, my wife would bring me like something to drink, and I'd be like sitting on a chair, and I'd set it down and I'd just pass out, and then I'd wake up, and I remember like nothing of what really happened. I just remember having really crazy like dreams.
Sounds like a great time.
Yeah, it was awful. It was really awful.
Oh wait, hey Foo,
What's up?
what are you vaping on?
I have a Billo 2.5
Yeah.
on the Renegade. I got pissed in here.
Yeah.
I got a Goon on the Titan with Valentine from Bigglesworth in there. Yeah. What about you?
Leonardo Billcap Omen, Railcar, normal. Also normal. Bill Bucks Rev 4 Exoset Abolishment, Deliciousness, and last but not least, Evo. Narda Billcap Omen on top. And this has got the Key Ductor, which is very tasty. This wick needs to be changed out, though. It's a little long in the tooth, so to speak. But you should done.
Leonardo Geppetto Tip, Bell Cap with Abolishment, Billet Box Exoset with Pissed, and then I also will be rotating in, because I only have one Squonker at the moment, the Mulciber also with Abolishment. I don't have enough mods. I don't even have enough mods right now to test a new atomizer.
Because you sent away your other mod before the other one was done.
Yeah, and I don't want to talk about the other one yet because I don't want to talk about it until it's here.
Yeah. Understandable.
Matt.
I got on a freshly built. I got the Hexome DNA 200, and on top I have the Pindad by Bomber Tech. Little, pretty cool little tank.
The Pindad, Pindad,
Pindad. And yeah, we're gonna be talking about it tonight. It's really, really cool. So it's got a little valve in it that you could fill the bottom up, no leakage. So we're talking about tonight. Yep. Oh, and I got a Lasty in there.
And I haven't had Mass Tea in a long time.
Yeah, you should try it.
Well, I've tried it. I need to order another bottle, I think.
Yeah. And yes, we do pay for our own juice.
We do, actually.
It's funny because you just say that nonchalant. Yeah, I got to order another bottle. Yeah.
It doesn't come out to $0.
Yeah.
Suckers.
We don't pay retail for it.
No.
Of course.
You pay for it.
It is an expense.
Wait, are they saying in chat to sprinkle emergency on your coils and vape it?
What? That sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, is that what Rip Trippers is saying now?
No, he's donating vehicles.
No, that's not good. Man, this holiday, in theory, holidays should be restful, but it doesn't sound like
They're
at
never
least three of
restful.
us did not have a restful one.
Never.
Mine work is they don't have to deal with Christmas and shit.
Yeah, well, that's true. So Merry Christmas. There you go.
And Happy New Year.
I did rest.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've had a holiday in a long time that's restful. And I'll go a step farther to say that I'm pretty sure even next year's not going to be restful because my family feuds a lot. And like people are going to come visit me, so like my mom's going to come down, but my mom isn't going to bring these family members. They got to find their own way. They can't drive. They don't have a way.
All you got to do is white fold-out table, few metal chairs, Jerry Springer on one end, and just a cover and some cakes and some broccoli casserole and stuff, and they can just pick it up and throw it at each other.
You know what I told everybody when they tried to involve me in this over the holiday? While I was
Make sure you found it.
They're like, I'm not doing this, or they're not going to do this. And I just said, hey, everybody's invited. How you get here is none of my fucking business.
Right.
I'm fucking out of it. I don't need that shit. Like, I want to for once have like a nice, quiet fucking Christmas or something. Which it's not going to be quiet because next year I'll actually have a child old enough to be like a screaming child.
If you want a quiet Christmas, go to Boston Market.
What?
Dude, so I don't know if I've told you the story about our Boston Market, but we they got good food. It's not like top of the line, but so we'd order online, and it was down the street. There's Kmart behind it. Well, they took this Kmart and turned it into a U-Haul rental place. You remember how big the Kmarts were? It's like the biggest U-Haul rental place I've ever seen. I mean,
Look at all those
if someone in
stickers.
my town, if someone in my town bitches about not fucking finding a U-Haul truck, they're fucking idiots. Because look at all those thickens. But anyways, Boston Market used to be right in front of it. Well, I go one day to order online, and it's like online order not available, whatever. And I'm like, well, shit. I'm like, I'll just drive up there and get it, because I have a drive-through window.
Mm.
I show up and the building's gone. I'm like, where the fuck is the building? It was just a rubble.
So did you order and then it just didn't exist?
No, I couldn't order. I couldn't process. It wouldn't process the order online. So I was like, that's fine. I'll just go to the store and order it there. It usually takes, 5 minutes for them to prepare it, put it together. Yeah, and the fucking store was gone. It was just demolished. I'm like, what? And it was literally in the time period of probably about a month and a half.
No
and
shit.
it was gone. So yeah, they just.
And you're screwing up my moral quandary here because I was going to ask you if you tip at a drive-through window like that. Because on New Year's Day, we went out to Outback.
What do you mean I would try to eat that trash? Boston Market is actually like cooked food, Duro. Like, what's wrong with fucking cooked chicken and turkey and shit?
So on New Year's Day, I go out to Outback, and I just do the street side curbside pickup. Put in my order online, go do the curbside pickup, and I'm like, man, I don't know if I'm supposed to tip. So I Google, and I'm like, apparently some places pay the curbside people like $7 an hour. Some places they still only make like $2. So I pull up, and like she brings out the order and stuff, and I'm like, I got a question for you. I'm having a bit of a quandary. Like, do you guys make like better wages than a waitress working curbside? And she goes, no, we make $2 something an hour working curbside. She goes, no one's ever asked me that before, and really nobody ever tips. I said, well, that fucking sucks.
So you said that the thing that bothers me is every time
I'm believing $2 something an hour.
Back when I was in the waiting game, that was a different when you clocked in on the curbside stuff, it was a different rate.
Exactly.
Every place that I've ever been to, I've never heard that they actually pay minimum wage. If they did, that sucks for them. But I would, I mean, I don't know. That's pretty.
It's probably like $5. It's probably like $5 or $6 an hour.
Yeah,
I feel
it's at the discretion of the person.
Yeah, but no one
or of the business, which is the problematic part, and I guess it's at the discretion of the individual store, which is technically even more problematic. So, like my Outback, they still make $2 an hour.
Dude, no one works for $2 an hour. That's $16 for a day.
That's what waiters work for, though.
It's not $2 an hour. It's like 4 or 5 that waiters.
No, it's $2 something an hour. It's
for wait.
Well, what I'm saying is a takeout window employee that's not getting tipped is not working for $2 something an hour. I guarantee.
If they work,
that's what I'm saying.
One day on takeout,
if they're not making tips, you're telling me they're working for $20 a day. I doubt it.
I'm telling you, man. I looked it up.
Waiters is a little more believable because of tips, right?
They consider their takeout window people the same as their waiters. It's the same staff. They rotate.
Yeah, but I don't think they're. I doubt their wages.
It doesn't change their wage. I asked if their wage was different, and they said no.
Yeah, I don't buy it. That sounds like somebody wanted to tip to me.
Plus, I found a lot of places online that said that they don't necessarily have to pay their takeout waiters anymore.
Maybe. So, I don't know. To me, as a consumer, I would say I don't feel led to tip somebody that walks 10 feet to bring me my stuff.
I agree completely, but I think it's really shitty for any company to not wage adjust them for that.
Oh, I would agree with that, absolutely. And do I chuck in some tips to stuff sometimes that bring it to the counter? Sure. And it's the same thing when somebody brings it to the car. I will give them a few bucks, but I'm not going to do when I go out and I tip. My normal tips are between 20 and 25% for reasonable service.
Absolutely.
And I won't tip somebody that walks to my car. They're not getting 25% because they're not bringing me my drinks. They're not clearing with.
I still only did
away. I have to deal with trash.
I still only did like 10%. Don't get me wrong. So it's not like I gave the normal size tip that I would give, but I wouldn't reasonably expect to have to give any tip for somebody to walk food out to my car.
Right.
My reasonable expectation would be that you walk food out to my car, and then you give me food, and I give you money, and that's it. There's no tip involved.
But I would say there's a little bit more than that, because when you get a to-go order, the people that are walking it out are usually the people that are gathering your order together. They're packaging it and bringing it out to you. So there's a little more work involved, and that's why I still run around 10% for those guys. But anyway,
But making the same as a normal waiter or waitress at 10% expected compared to 20 or 15 or 20 sucks.
Those people should be revolting if they're not.
The worst is wait staff that comes up and stands by your table while you're filling out your fucking receipt.
Oh yeah.
Hey guys, how much you go? Huh? I need to take that.
What you gonna go? What you gonna do?
You ever see guys who will put like a 20 on a table or like $20 worth and start removing money depending on how the service goes?
I have personally
times.
Really?
Yeah. It works, man. Because you set the expectation that this is what I'm willing to give you, and if the service is less than par, then I take away.
Hey guys, don't forget this is a vape show. Crow 88 is reminding us.
Let's not forget that we don't have shit vaping related to talk about. Really,
don't fucking talk about other things except for vaping.
Hey, while we were getting the curbside service,
vaping is so 2016.
I know.
No one vapes anymore. Vaping is fucking done. It's 2017.
Did somebody really remind us that this is a vape show?
Yeah. No, they just said this used to be a vape show, right?
It did used to.
Now we're a lifestyle show.
But actually, the show can now start because Mooch is here. Welcome, Mooch.
Hooray!
You know, I must say, during the holidays, Mooch got around. Mooch was added to numerous Facebook groups. As Mooch, the battery guy, and he's I'm sure gotten some inbox pain going on from all these idiots in these other groups that don't pay attention to stuff. So welcome, Mooch.
Welcome. I will just throw this out here. If Plumes is specifically and only a vape show, then I'm gonna hang up my hat and leave Plumes. There's just not enough interesting shit in vaping to talk about anymore. I come here now for the three of you and the people in the chat, not because I'm horrendously interested in vaping.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have changed with our own interests because we have had to, because the FDA has kind of tied our hands. It's not like we have new product. Well, we do, but it's not like we have legal new product.
New product coming from overseas anyway.
And a whole bunch of other stuff. So it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Indeed. So yeah, no takeout window. It should be getting normal minimum wage, not wage.
I agree 100%. I'm not like offended at the person. I'm offended at the company if they're not paying them normal minimum wage.
Yes. Indeed. Anyway,
somebody said this is the year to kick their asses. Whose asses? The people making the vaping regulations. Maybe if we didn't have vendors buying $100,000 and $200,000 cars, we'd have a better shot.
Stop it, Sean. Stop it. You just bought fucking candy apple red washers and dryers. Fucking foods. I don't want to hear it.
They're not candy apple red, they're Merlot red.
They say fucking foods design on the side and they got spinners on them.
See, I was really hoping that 2017 was going to be the year of new material.
Your fucking washer and dryer has better paint job on it than my car. Hey, come on. This is about your washer and dryer. This isn't making fun of you. So this is outside of the realm of that, okay? Those things are freaking, like, if you leave them outside, somebody will come and steal them just for the paint job.
Dude, 2017 is the year of me spending a bunch of money remodeling almost my whole fucking house.
Don't say that, dude, because it can become a money pit.
It already is a money pit. You saw
the
back of my washer and dryer. It's already
you know what's funny is that I had people when we moved into the house. They're like, "Oh, you moved into a house? You know, it's even though it's a newer house. You know, you're gonna be spending money on wanting to do things here and there. And hey, it's your house is what you make it. And so this year I'm like, oh, cool. I want to do some of the home automation stuff, because back in the day with the X10 and the old freaking home automation stuff, you could do it. I mean, back in the 80s and 90s, but it's gotten so much easier. It has not gotten cheaper. I started seeing, it's just a simple relay and all this other stuff. And then, you got all these people that are like, oh man, don't buy the GE switch. Just get a Raspberry Pi and hook this up. And I'm like, you fucking kidding me? You gonna put that shit in your wall? It's gonna catch on fire, and the fire marshal is gonna come out and laugh at you, and then your fucking insurance is gonna laugh at you because you just put some fucking hodgepodge shit in there. You know, it's like me putting a freaking a Zorro up in the wall. You know,
Even from a bulb perspective, and I don't know if they've gone down significantly, but when I did smart bulbs in my entertainment room, they were $50 a bulb.
Yeah. Well, you know, and the funny thing is I don't know what it is, but these newer houses, everything's a fucking 3-way switch, and with at least with the Z-Wave controller switches, you have to buy the switch and you have to have a slave switch. And if you have 4-way, you have to have 2 slave switch. Then those are $19 a piece. So now you're $37 switch plus 18 plus, you know, so there you go.
They gotta have non-momentary P9s, don't they?
I gotta hang on.
But no, dude, this is the year of like mandatory house stuff. This is the year we have to redo our deck. This is the year we have to get a new fence.
I needed to mute my Alexa so it wouldn't be.
Oh, there you go. We got to do new plumbing for our washing room, which you've seen why.
Yeah.
So, for the most part, mandatory stuff for the house that's going to be horrendously expensive.
Mm-hmm.
That said, I'm also not a full-time vape employee who's relying on this industry to last to pay my bills.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Hey, Alexa, play porn. Oh, no, didn't work.
I'm not gonna do it.
I tried.
No, you know what's funny? No, you know what's funny? I know what's gonna come up. Okay, should we play that video?
I tried to reenact that video and I could not make it happen. I could not. I tried upstairs. Both me and my wife did. Like we tried even adding like the toddler inflection. Could not make it happen.
Well, I'm sure it was a setup, but it was still funny.
I'll get the video.
Those are horribly irresponsible parents.
Anyway, hey, Fu, you want to do some vape-related things?
Boy, do I ever. I got some stuff. If you remember a few weeks back, I got a goon. Well, I finally got to building it.
Yep.
Hey, Angsty, you want to guess what build I put in there?
I'm going to guess parallel 26s, duals.
I haven't done 26 in a while. It's 24. It's a 24 millimeter Addy, so 26.
Oh, it's 24 millimeter? Oh, okay, I should have guessed that then.
I mean, that's just my standard build now. It's parallel 24. Yeah, it's a 24 5 rep.
Parallel 5 rep?
Yep.
Word.
That's what it looks like. I got the black one. Thank you. This was a gift from Senor Dog Magnum. So here's my favorite part about it. I feel bad saying negative things about Natty that was a gift to me, but I gotta keep it. I mean, here's the thing. I'll say this much. I've been vaping it for the last week, pretty much nonstop. So I am liking how it vapes. However, I do have some gripes about it.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
For starters, this is made by, for those who don't know, 528 Customs, who made the hashtag not a K-Phone clone. Remember? Yeah. But anyway, I was very reluctant to get this Addy for a while, or to want to get this Addy for a while. Decided, why not? I got it, and I had it on deck to build. Yeah, on deck. And I'm trying to pull the top cap off. It ain't happening. It was pretty fucking good on there. So thankfully.
Dual O-ring top cap?
What's up?
Dual O-ring top cap?
Yep.
There's a problem right there.
Yeah. I guess that was part of the issue because anyway, so it took me about 20 minutes to get off. I ended up popping a screwdriver in there and I got the AFC portion off. That came off first, and all this prying. Got a screwdriver in there, pried it up on the deck screws, and got it off that way. In the process, the bottom O-ring got chewed up pretty good to the point where I couldn't get the top cap back on. So I just took it off completely. It was pretty useless. So lost one O-ring right off the bat. That said, now that there's only one top cap on there, just... You heard that? That did not sound clean. Looks like it's a lot of space to build on. It has like the latest review ever, I swear. It's got posts to mount your coils.
Squeezy posts.
So for parallels, not the best. After the fact, someone recommended to me that I twist my leads together if I'm gonna build parallels on here. So thank you for the suggestion. I think that was on Instagram. So I guess I'll do that. God damn this fucking black cap. So here's the thing. Going rate average on the internet I found for this Addy is about $55 to $60. It's a China Addy. I don't think it's worth that much. Just from
Pew, 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 pew.
the janky tolerances I've noticed with it, and from in my time owning it, I've talked to some other people that own it or have owned it, and it's a pretty mixed bag.
Yeah.
$40 Addy, 45, sure, but because the thing is, I was talking with someone about this. I don't remember who, but they're 528 Customs is kind of doing that synthetic cloud thing where it's well marketed, nice looking China stuff, right? But to Synthetic Cloud's credit, I think their stuff was a much better built for being out of China. But
the Goon was one of the ones that has like clampies and stuff, I think, right? It makes it easier to build.
yeah, that said, actually, I ordered a set of alien coils. I just felt like ordering some coils for the fuck of it. I decided to order from EKG Builds. The dude I met down in North Carolina. He's from South Carolina. He knows Karmic, actually. So I ordered a set of coils from him. They're dual core aliens I ordered. They're $20 for a pair. And sounds pricey up front, which it is, but if you remember, when I got coils from Dwayne, I ran those for like 4 months.
Right, as long as he's making a good Canthal, it'll be all right. But
It's actually it's nichrome and the ones I had, and I think these are too. But yeah, I got an astonishing amount of time out of the build, like 3 or 4 months at least, and maybe I could probably get even longer out of them. So
if you remember too, when I made the aliens, they're a pain in the dick to make, and they're not fun unless you're enjoying that kind of thing. But either way, even if you enjoy it, it still takes a while to do it and get it right. It's take it easy half an hour just to make the sticks.
So I thought I'd get some coils as such to slap on here. I mean, I have the air dialed in just right. This thing is really, really fucking airy, wide open. If you want to see, this is where I have my air set right now. So it's like just under 2 air holes open. It's like a shade under
cat
2.
doubling, that is a technical term, by the way.
Cat doubling. Clampies, yeah, I guess they are clampies. But yeah, so I ordered some coils from him, and they're on the way. And apparently, he may have thrown in some extras, so thank you. Because I'd like something cool that I feel like dual core aliens would go well on a Titan. Really push this thing for what it was built for. But I like that I've dialed in the draw pretty similar to how my Kennedy is. I like that draw. Granted, they're 2 different systems of airflow. However, there does get a good ways under the coil because of how much space there is and such. So this Addy ain't bad. I just think it's a little more expensive than it should be. And the company, well, I do have some crucifixions for. Oh well, the internet forgets.
They got pay off those luxury sports cars.
Yeah. Right. Next order of business. I got like Matt Valentine from the Bigglesworth sale. He's doing like half off Valentine, so I ordered like 3 120s. So, yeah, will keep me occupied for a bit. But so remember, I said I was going to be ordering a bill of 2.5 because someone said I should try it. It's the best out of the line. Wrong. It's not the best.
Wrong.
It's not awful.
Yeah, but it's not better than the 3.
There's not enough good about it for me to say it's the best. I think.
What's that? So I haven't looked really anything about the 2.5. What's different than that than 3?
So this is more similar to the version 2. Version 3, there's no separate screw-on barrel before you pop it back in, because there's like a screw-on barrel that was part of the chimney on the version 2 and the version 2.5. The version 3, that was not the case. The chimney was built into the top cap, like it was a separate screw-on piece. The version 3 has a better build deck, in my opinion. It's more spacious. That's one of my gripes about this. Because it's like the V2, this is a bigger tank. This is 24 millimeter at the base. The glass bulges out an extra millimeter to make it 25 with the glass. So it's like a bigger version of this here. Has a vape band on it. See the similarities? However, there are some changes. It's like that's what they call a 2.5. There are some changes they made to it. It does have the velocity posts on this one.
Style posts.
Style, whatever. I don't think he really gives a shit. Well, the version 2 had a 4-post, which I didn't mind. My issue with the version 2 deck, which they didn't really resolve on this, is it's crowded. It's like a 16 millimeter deck, 17 millimeter deck. You know what that means? I barely fit a 3 millimeter build in there. That said, I think that may have affected the flavor. I feel like my wicks may be a little too scrunched in there. It has top fill. Unscrew the cap. Unlike the 3, where you could just...
The 3's mechanism for doing that, the filling, was pretty cool, but at the same time, it was... I don't think it was as reliable as it could have been. It seemed like it would squirt juice back out, and it was a little messy.
So here's the thing. It's a very mixed bag with me about the 3, but overall, I think the 3 vapes better than the 2.5. I think the flavor, because I put piss in here, and I vaped a good amount of piss through the version 3. Piss vapes better in the 3. It's not bad in here. It's just better in the 3. Granted, my opinions of this is maybe like 90% finished, because I should put a 2.5 millimeter build in there so I can wick it more. I'll get a more accurate vape.
Yeah.
Aesthetically, I think this looks nicer than the 3. It has some roundness to it, because it kind of looks like the 2 is a little more proportionate. Size may be an issue because it is kind of a big 'em. The draw, very confusing part. They made the version 2 bigger essentially, but didn't necessarily add more air. They did and they didn't, because I'm running this at 50 watts right now, and if you...
Where's the size increase in the tank?
Yeah. What the fuck? Why aren't you firing? That was a loud draw, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a very turbulent draw. Granted, that is the case on the version 3 as well, but it's still smoother. This is very turbulent, and it's weird considering, it's a giant tank and it is a pretty restricted lung draw. Wide open.
Which is good, except for the turbulent noise.
Yeah, and I feel like, considering when this at 50 watts, this thing should open, like the air should open. I feel like it should open up a little more. And I don't say that about tanks very often.
Yeah, right.
But for what it is, for how it looks, and how I think it should be able to handle some more power.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I got it for like $28 though, shipped from eSiggity. It ain't bad. I'll keep it around for a bit. I want to rebuild it and see how it'll do, because it's pretty warm at 50 watts. But if I put it like 35, 40, the flavor, not quite there yet. But yeah, trying to think, is there anything else? I don't think so. I got that Addy in the mail, but I haven't built that yet. But yeah, I got that vape mail coming. I got the coils coming tomorrow, so that should be a fun weekend activity.
True.
Yep.
Thanks, dude.
I'm looking forward to being home, not just because I want to be home, although it's absolutely accurate. I've got some pretty awesome vape mail sitting there waiting for me as well. I've got a new Evo sitting there. I've got that Addy that I think Sean's going to mention here in a minute. It's going to be sitting there. I got a couple of things too, so I'm looking forward to that. But before we get there, one of the things that I've taken now to Grenada and now on this trip is the Exoset. So, but there are another couple more atomizers coming out for the Bill Box, which is pretty exciting. One of which I'm pretty sure I mentioned a little while back, and I will show a picture. There we go. At Mystique has got the Doggy coming out. So I think it's supposed to be kind of a Doge-looking barrel there with the little silly face thing on it. There's nothing wrong with this thing. It's got kind of the Uberdude style posts, and even build, because you've still got this.
No, it looks like it's going to be much more of a bitch to build, because you're going to have to fish wick through those holes.
Well, you don't have to fish wick through the holes. I'd probably in-wick this one, because you've got the whole top open, which is nice. And I don't think you can see my mouse cursor, but the top above the silly eyeballs, you'll be able to set that down on top, and you can do a proper in-wick in there, which would be pretty good. The big problem with it is if you look down on the center, the actual deck, and look down all the way at the bottom, you see the airflow down there. That's the problem right there. There is no 510 threads, which is the best thing that has going for it, because you can throw it on a mod. Now, that said, to their credit, apparently they're putting out a 510 base, and it's going to be available, quote unquote, early 2017. Who knows when that's going to be, but it is going to be a thing. But it's not on there. I mean, you can get the same kind of thing out of the that Mystique Sport Bridge or whatever, right? You can throw the rebuildable Kanger head in the Kanger base and pulse the coils and stuff. But with this guy, it's just not possible, at least right now. But one thing that I will say that is good is, A, they're putting out the base, and B, you do have this open section here, so you can jack with your wick a little bit before you close it up with the chimney. So I think that's good. And in that way, it's slightly better than the Exoset. But
no,
that,
to
me,
I have no problem playing around with a wick or filling through the hole that exists in the Exoset right now.
No, not unless you want to make an M-wick, which it's a little more of a pain to do that style of wick in the Exoset.
So my concern with an M-wick in that thing, because I'm looking at it, right, is how small that deck is.
Yes.
Is that you're going to have to, I mean, it's a small deck and big holes. So you're going to have a pretty sizable amount of cotton that's basically going to touch the floor of that thing. And not a lot to keep it from, there's not a lot of room for any additional juice if you leave that thing sitting, where it's not just going to go right down that fucking air hole.
Maybe I've never had a problem with these kinds of things. If you pancake or M-wick it, I don't have a problem with it. But it is at Mystique, so it's going to be made pretty well.
I just feel like the Exoset is much smarter is a much smarter design.
It is. There's no doubt about it. I'm not planning on buying either of the ones that we're about to show. For that reason, I'm pretty happy with the Exoset. But the other one that we should mention is the steam tuners. So these guys are the guys that have been making, kind of clear tanks for a bunch of atomizers for a while, and sometimes ones that Bell Vapes doesn't do.
Hashtag not a bell cap.
Yeah, it's hashtag not a bell cap, and that's okay. It's always good to have competition, even though I love Bell Vapes. But this guy,
they made a really nice rose cap, if I remember, the V2 cap.
They did. Yep. I have heard, and I think Sean had one of those. I've heard that they can be a little brittle. I've heard a bunch of people breaking their steam tuner stuff. But that said, they're pretty reasonably priced. But they are shipping.
Caps are brittle, but they're nice.
Yeah, but they look nice. They do dress up some Addies. But here's their billet box offering. This is what it looks like when it's all kind of all together. And they've got another. I found another picture of it. This is E. Monty's picture, and it looks like it's
a pretty good job trying to ensure as much juice as humanly possible.
Yes. So the bottom bill actually looks wider, but the chimney is more narrow. So that's good for that reason, but also for flavor concentration. So that's good. I'm still undecided on this thing, but one thing I will say that I did notice is down here. Boom, 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 boom. Threads. Yep, looks like we got threads. So that's a good thing. I'm pretty excited to see that. I don't know that I like the bottom wick holes. And the reason is because I know how poorly the Kanger rebuildable head worked, and it had similar styles of things. So I don't know if that's going to work. And you want to talk about a possibility of leaking, Sean?
Oh yeah,
this is going to be about the same size. It's going to be like a 14 millimeter Addy, just like the Exoset. And if you're trying to MWick that, you better get that right, because I just don't know how well it's going to wick. I'm not sure.
Well, the problem with the bottom ones is, you're existing kind of using a K-funny design in a not pressure locked system.
Well, it's not quite bottom. It's like what? That looks like 6-7 millimeters off the bottom.
Oh no, that's the base. That's where it touches the bottom of the deck.
Yeah, the deck is going to be at the top of that hole.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So you're looking at. I mean, I worry about anything bottom like that, like the K-Fun and stuff, because K-Funs were fully pressurized. Billet box is meant to be opened up, which means you're constantly killing the pressure. And it's going to be able to take that.
Let's do this. I'm going to annotate. See if this shares. It's going to share? I think it will. Yep. Yeah, there we go. All right. So just so for your tank is going to be sitting right here, right? So you'll have this is the part that's going to be exposed into the actual intake itself, not intake, Boro itself. Mm-hmm. So that your juice will be coming up through these little guys, and your deck will be on that sort of level right here. That's not supposed to be an arrow, but I didn't feel like changing it. Hashtag deal with it. But yeah, no. So you're right. I mean, it's. I don't know. I don't like
a picture of it in the billet box.
I don't like personally having to rely on wicking to make sure all that stuff gets to your coil. I really like having the horizontal flow that you had with like the Ubertute and the Exoset. I just prefer
that. I mean, that bottom base is flat on deck.
Yes. Yeah, it's totally flat on. That's what I was trying to show here.
Yeah, so it's fully
your actual the bottom of your Boro is going to be right there.
He should really charge his phone.
Yeah, whoever took this definitely should charge their phone. Yeah. So I mean, there's your bottom. So you're just going to have this little beep. Now, granted, what this will get you is it'll be able to use all the juice in the tank, which is good. That'll be all the way at the bottom and be able to wick that up. But anyway, it's a thing. I don't know. I don't have any more information about it yet as far as price or availability. But
they tend to make stuff pretty widely available too. So
yeah, I just meant timing. Yeah, you're right though. They're pretty good about that. And it will be kind of expensive shipping because it's going to be coming from overseas, but it'll be all right. They do a pretty good job. I think that's actually about it. That's all I've got for specific news this week. Yep.
I'm gonna go short on this one. This here Mulciber, this little cool kind of Addy right there. This stepped wedding cake looking thing.
You mean like Derringer? It almost looks like a step Derringer.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Sat 22. That's what it looks like.
It looks like a squonky to me. Is what I said. It looked like a squonky / wedding cake.
Similar, but kind of cool. I like it. It's a good Addy. Now, that said, I'm not going to talk about it for a long time because all four of us got one, and I think I'm the only person who either has it in my possession or has had time to build it and play with it.
Yep.
So I'm only going to talk briefly about it. It's a Narda. It is not. But there's nothing else out there really that is a Narda, right? Right. So that's just what it is. But for a $65 Addy, I think it is, $55 or something with coupon codes that have been going around. Very solid Addy. Very versatile. Comes with 2 different airflow rings for changing your airflow.
Do they join a group or something to find that coupon code?
I don't even know where it got posted.
Mm.
Will bought one with the coupon code and a few other people, so I assume they got posted in a few other places. I have kind of my normal build in here, and I'm not going to go over the build and all that crap until the other guys have built theirs and have tried them and seen what works for them. So you're going to have to wait till next week to hear more about the Mulciber. Also, because next week we will be joined by Mike, the guy who created the Mulciber. He's going to talk to us as well. Oh, there you go, the Tiberian Vapor Group. So I think I'm in there. I'll share it. I'll share it.
Closed group. Yeah, it's closed, but it's not secret.
Yep, there's the group if you're interested. He'll be coming on next week to chat with us, which is exciting because we haven't had a person come on in a while and a maker come on in a while. So that'll be a lot of fun. And these guys will have had a chance to try their stuff by that point. So I'll talk about it later. But initial impression, I do like it. It's very good. It's a little different, and it's very good for what it's made for. And I'll talk more about that later. Right okay. On. So I got one other thing that kind of made me laugh.
Yeah.
And that is this thing by USPS. And it's a little late, but I didn't catch it until a little late. Is that working?
Black so far. There it is.
So that is a package tracking Christmas ornament.
You know, when I saw this, I thought it was a joke, like an Amazon joke.
Me too. Because it kind of doesn't, I don't fully get it. So you pack up your box and you put it in this little tracker thing with it, then you plug in your ornament and hang it on your tree, and it'll tell you when people open up the package because it's got a little tracker thing on it. Now, that being said, the upside of this, I guess, is because you're putting a physical tracker in the box, you could find it if it gets lost.
I was going to ask, does it start flashing red if it goes through Opalaka?
No. Actually, if it goes through Opalaka, it actually has an image that comes up and starts popping up. And it's this right here. It just basically says that. Right there. That's what comes up if it gets stuck in Opalaka.
This made me laugh a lot, this whole concept. So I thought I would share it since, we have shared so many stories about USPS. I think that's a very interesting way for them to do that. I also go ahead.
I really hope it does have some sort of function on there to show it being delayed, because that happens all the time in the USPS anyway.
It does.
That would be.
And I'm really amazed that their solution to package tracking was to make a package tracking Christmas ornament rather than fix their tracking system.
Or rather than just get it there on time. That would be nice too.
Yeah. This is just a really interesting, because, the apps and all that stuff that let you track packages make total sense to me. What happens after your package has been delivered? Is this thing now completely fucking useless?
Right.
Yep.
Well, go back to it.
Yeah.
Is there? I just assumed it had some sort of web interface or something to plug in like a tracking number.
No, you get a kit. Each one is linked to a specific tracking number.
Right.
So you have to give it an ID and a tracking number.
We have to do both.
So to get it, you have to kind of already have paid for your tracking with the kit. It'll give you the tracking number, and it's linked to that ornament.
Good fucking job killing trees, USPS.
So that makes even less.
No. What makes even the funnier part about this whole thing is that it actually has to have its own fucking tracking system on top of everything else.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a separate tracking device in the box.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't use USPS's tracking.
It's not just like a Bluetooth ornament that you throw in USPS's tracking on an app and it tracks. Because honestly, that
itself has a GPS tracker in there.
Useful sitting on your desk.
Totally.
So, to have something that physically notified you when things got delivered sitting on your desk, let me feed it a tracking number, and boom, okay, it's been delivered.
Yeah,
that's semi-useful. But having to permanently link it with a GPS tracker in one box, why bother with the fucking ornament?
Not only that, but we all know how those boxes end up at the delivery end, you're not going to reuse that box. I mean,
Exactly.
So
I actually get crap for that. So I recycle the priority boxes because we usually shoot stuff all over the country to each other and stuff, and the stuff that I sell. And so I usually literally have a stack of boxes that I've received, and I have tried to reuse them before. And when I bring them to the post office, the guy always gives me a look. He's like, "Really?"
I'm surprised they don't. I'm surprised they don't. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised they don't make you repack them, because what happens is when they get crunched up, all right, it basically makes the boxes already fucked to begin with, so it makes it more prone to getting more accordion. So and tape don't like to stick to accordions, so I'm sure Duro has an accordion.
What? That was awfully random. I like it.
As far as
Kyle C says, your ornament could not be located at this time. Please shake a snow globe within the next 3 hours to check again.
that's really good. As far as anything else vaping related, fuck, I got nothing. There's nothing vaping related to talk about.
Sean, if you fall in the bathtub, can you pull on those things and a life jacket comes out? Can you blow into one of them?
That would make it more.
Anyways, are you done?
My shirt.
Oh, I do have that thing that one of the other vape mail things that I've got at the house is I'm going to be sending to you, and you'll have something vape mail to talk about next week.
Yes. So well.
Okay.
Although you need to figure out why
imaginary items.
Tell me, did you at least get refunded for the shipping that I paid to the person?
Nope. He said something like, "Oh, it's like a Christmas bonus."
So that's
all right.
Shipping too.
You can take that out with him.
Are you done?
I was just gonna have him direct it to you rather than having to pay shipping twice.
I got you.
Okay.
I'll get it.
Yeah, Gomez.
Is that it, Sean?
Oh, wait.
All right.
Addy. Well, let's share Addy's thing. Fuck it.
Yeah, sure. That's a good idea.
So Toonie, a longtime viewer of ours, Toonie219 on Instagram is running a raffle right now for Right to Be Smoke Free. All proceeds go to Right to Be Smoke Free. There's the information on the screen. We just found out about this because he just said something about this in chat a minute ago. It's going to be closing up here in a couple days, it looks like next week. So check that out. Check him on Instagram, Toonie219, and I think he's doing it with a few other people as well.
Yeah, he said you can search for that hashtag.
Yep. There you go. Check that out if you want to donate some money to advocacy and maybe win some stuff. All right, now you're good to go, Miles.
All right. Well, let's start off with a bang. In 2017, not literally, but Mooch has posted a few pictures of some batteries, and what sticks out is the stickers. So Mooch basically has made a post on Reddit talking about the stickers that are on your batteries that a lot of not manufacturers, but later on down the line, shops and stuff like that will put on there to identify those batteries. First of all, if you've ever had one of those stickers in the batteries, I mean, I've always peeled them off. I haven't had it, I haven't recently had any batteries that had them on there. But, if you have mods like the flasks or, something that's got a tight butthole, battery hole, you just don't need extra on there to catch on anything. So he basically says these stickers are added by the reseller or distributor, not the battery manufacturer, and it's done to comply with shipping regulations, but these stickers keep us from verifying what batteries we actually have and interfere with checking the authenticity of which is a growing concern of the batteries. Basically, these stickers go on top of usually they're laser etched or they're printed. And they're covered. So
if you've ever taken it off of a VTC, they'll often when you get the sticker off, it'll actually still be on there. Like it'll peel off the ink or whatever they're using the lasers and stuff. Annoying.
Yeah. So Take your damn stickers off, Moosh says. All right, on to some more battery weirdness. Check this thing out.
What?
This is the eFest Luck Brew for LCD intelligent charger. Okay, it has a smartphone app. Okay, what the fuck is wrong with the design? Look at that. Why would you do that?
They're trying to make it space efficient.
That's
right. Let's make the batteries harder to fucking put in and out.
What are they? Is there an ejector button or something? How are you gonna get those things out?
I have no fucking clue.
Well, it looks like the spring is on the right side.
And not only that, but fuck charging any other size battery. You know, 26 650s or anything, bigger than an 18 650. So I don't know. They just, they're more worried about the smartphone app and all that other crap. And I didn't have it yet.
Your finger, as long as you can grab the negative down there, kind of yank it out of there.
Yeah.
But it's going to slap forward too. That's dumb.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of weird to have the individual bays like that. I mean, I'm guessing they're trying to save space, but if you're trying to do that, I don't know. I didn't think, horizontally would be too bad. But anyways, kind of funny, weird looking shit.
Well, it made us talk about it.
Yeah. Continuation of funny, weird shit. This guy right here is the Swan Wreck Box.
Oh yeah, that was the thing I said, right?
Yeah, this is a weird looking mod. It's got a tack button for firing switch. It's see-through. It's got its own like weird board. We'll pull up the specs here, and specs, we got 100% handmade welding SS304. Minimum resistance is 0.1. It's 100 watts. It's got a 33,000 mAh. Hang on. 3,300 mAh battery. Micro USB port. It's got a waterproof PCB, but it's all open, so it's got this shield around it. So there you go. Kind of weird looking. Here's a top-down side. It's just kind of interesting.
It kind of looks like a cloud maker.
Yeah.
Except for it actually shows.
It actually exists.
It's got all kinds of lights, and it's just it's weird to me that after all that they used a tack switch for the fire.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, hold on, Massey. Look at that one. The third picture in the middle column is. Oh, never mind. I thought.
Yeah. So and also what's weird is if you look, and I know these are renders, but if you look at this one, you see that inductor up there, and it's open for air. But look where the Addy goes, right next to it.
Right next to it.
Oh, but the board is waterproof PCB. Yeah. So there you go. Kind of interesting little device there. So. Let's see, what else did I have on here? So our buddy Project 2501 made a post about, the flavors of e-cigs include products marketed as tasting like Sweet Tarts, Hawaiian Punch, Kool-Aid, gummy bears, and Fruit Loops. Said Cliff Douglas of the American Cancer Society, and it doesn't get much blatant, it's quite clearly targeted as kids. And he was at the store and posted this picture, which, once again, we visited this in the past, and there you go. There's plenty of Kool-Aid, Hawaiian Punch, Sweet Tarts, gummy bears, Fruit Loops, all kinds of flavors that, that's only what they do that when you're only targeting kids, of course. And here's the booze section at the alcohol store. So, yeah. So that was.
I mean, a lot of those flavors are actually marketed toward the basic, but.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. Kahlua is pretty delicious in coffee.
Sure.
But the right side of the Parrot Bay fucking watermelon. Did I see that shit?
Yeah. All right, so the Addy that I have on my my DNA 200 right now is the Pin Dad by BomberTech. I'm going to pull up some pictures of it. There's the 3 different styles. Let's pull up the next image is this guy here. Oh, the letters didn't come through. Why is that?
Arrows.
Yeah, that's weird. I can see it. Yeah, I have to do a I must have to do a white background. Interesting. So let's see if I can change this background. No. Okay, so anyways, the arrows, it'll be fine. We can point to them. So you got your drip tip there at the top, and a Delrin drip tip. Second part is the airflow control, and we'll show you these up close here in the camera. And then you have your O-rings. The top is the cap. Then you have your tank area, and then you have the valve system, which is below it, which is all part of the deck and everything else. And then you have the bottom piece and a spacer. So if you want to do a single coil. So let's go over to the next, so you could see what.
Are those goose style clamps?
What it's a velocity style deck.
Oh.
Yeah, there's the filling, and it actually has, so basically has they call it a liquid injection filling system. It's got a gold-plated deck, and the valve, basically you push down on it, and our the bottles for Poe work great on it. Or you could use your your glass dropper in there too. And what's cool is
on the other side of the deck?
Say again?
Is that like on the other side of the deck?
That is right in the middle of the deck.
That's right in the middle of the deck.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yep. So you build your coil, and right in the middle, right in the center of it. So even with the top cap on, you could still basically push down with your glass dropper and fill the tank below. So, and it's all spring loaded, so it seals back up. So there's your velocity style deck. You got four posts, and or should I say 2 posts with 4 holes in them, and then your wicks go down, on each side. So it's a 22 millimeter. They have a 23 millimeter coming out, I believe. And you saw the colors. You have the stainless steel, the black, and then the ultimate, they call it, which is the P ultimate. This one is made by BomberTech, and it is on the bottom it does say made in China. Their headquarters is in Hong Kong, but they do a lot of the QC and some of the machining in Indonesia. So the quality of it is really good. I was really surprised by no burrs. None of this, the O-rings sit good. They got nice O-rings. No, I was expecting something, machined in China, fast sticky style. And I've actually, been surprised for the period of time that I've had it, which has been today. So like I said, I put a fresh build on it.
Here I'm not, and Jet says there's a bottom feed pin.
Yes, there is. Yep.
Ooh,
so
cool.
I'm gonna show now. I'm gonna move my camera over, and I'm gonna show everything that comes with the kit. So let me move that over right now.
That's pretty cool. That puts it like in the split category then.
Yep. So let's go. And right now, Veritube is the distributor here in the U.S. for it. You can go to veritube.com, and the Addy itself is $49.99. Actually, $49 right now.
Awesome.
So here is the.
That's pretty good.
This is. Let's pull this down so we can see it better. pull up my screen.
You mentioned before the show it's a Filipino Eddie.
I thought it was Filipino, but it's actually they do a lot of stuff in Indonesia, so I don't know exactly where, but it does say. We'll look at the bottom. You could say it says SS Drip Tank, and it says Pindad 22 by Bomber Tech. Okay.
Not to be confused with Sinbad.
Yeah, this is the little tin that it comes in. On the bottom, you can see Bomber Tech. It's got a authentication seal on there, and on the bottom it says the Pindad Drip Tank rebuildable tank atomizers, trademark Bomber Tech, Times Square, Causeway Bay, Hong Kong, copyright 2017, all that other stuff. So, and then inside, this is the spacer that was inside. Basically, this guy sits in where the other two wicks would go to cover that hole. So you basically go to it from the bottom. Let me put this guy over here. And it comes with a lower profile, I guess you should say. Not really drip tip, but top cap. There's the stock one, and here's the lower one. It comes with the single coil, single airflow control ring. Okay. You got your pretty good size flathead.
You actually get some leverage on it.
Yeah. It's compared to. I had the little blue one around here somewhere. I can't find it. There's different style O-rings too. I believe they're different. Heat O-rings, or they might just be different colors. I'm not sure, but the ones that are in here are the standard, orangish. And here is so you got a set of the hold down screws for the deck, and you have your bottom fed pin. Let's pop this guy out. So there's your bottom feeder pin. And what this will do is basically it'll fill the tank, and then from the tank, you have your wicks coming up, and you have your other O-rings. So there's what comes inside. So let's take a closer look at this guy. So it's got a little bomber etched on there. You could take, you could pull this guy off and switch it, put it in the other one. So just a quick look, like I said, this was just a quick build that I did, 27 gauge, 8 wrap. And here in the middle, okay, down there in the middle, when we move the wick over, you have this valve. And when I push it, you can actually, you're not gonna be able to see it on there, but it's actually going down. So right now everything's sealed, okay? So when you take your bottle, so a bottle like this.
Oh, hey, look, it's you.
It fits right over it, and you just basically push down and fill her up. You can actually see it filling up there. All right. And then
does it have any gas air release holes in there? It just kind of bubble past the wicks.
It does. It has. Pull this wick aside real quick. A second. It actually has these little holes in the deck. I don't know if you could see it. Let's see. Come on, baby, zoom. See that? It has a hole here and a hole on this side to actually, allow the tank to fill without having it lock. So, but they're so small that, it's just really air relief. So I think
it's like the hole. It's like the hole in the tiny little hole in the coffee cup lid.
It is tiny. So, and so basically, let's say when I wanted to take the spacer out, okay, because I wanted to do dual coils, you basically take this guy, unscrew it here, and the pin comes out just like this, and that's where the spring-loaded valve is and everything. and then you take the bottom and the deck and you spin it, and the whole thing comes apart. Okay, and the positive post is actually what's holding it together, so you can actually pull the positive post out. And you can even go one step further, and you can take the whole deck completely out from this top part because it's screwed in, so it's actually threaded. So it's a pretty neat little design. So far it hasn't, I had it laying down earlier. It hasn't leaked. As long as you have good size wick, this is a 3 mil build on here. And it does use, they are flatheads for the capture. I don't think you could, you could probably do a small hex, but, to not have to include a hex, I actually kind of like having the flatheads. And the machining, like I said, there's and stuff like this is usually where you can tell when they've cheaped out on the machining or the QC is garbage. This stuff, I didn't see any burrs on there. I always clean my addies before I use them. I don't care if, they say that they're brand new clean. So they've definitely stepped up their game with, Chinese made or machined, at least over there, addies. There's really nothing wrong with them having a machine over there and somebody QC them somewhere else, and stuff that goes out is good. So very clean, sharp edges on everything on the 510. Like I said, no burrs and nothing like that. This is something that I would actually consider pretty good at the price range. So another thing I wanted to mention is, so when you build this, because this is a 22 millimeter, it's tight on space to begin with. Well, there's also an inner sleeve for the airflow control to work correctly that has these tabs in it. Okay, you kind of see them there. Those guys have to match up with the tabs on each side of the deck, so that way the airflow slots are always in front of the coils. So what we'll do is we'll go down, put it down, and kind of spin it until it clicks into place, and then there's your airflow control. And it's actually got a, it's really nice on-off cap. But like I said, you could take your, so you can see right down in there, you can actually fit your glass dropper in and fill it up. Or you can use, bottom feeder. So, and this thing has quite a bit of airflow. For the build that I have in it, I actually have it closed a little bit. And I'll put this guy back on here. Give it a vape. Let's see. Yep. So the flavor is really good. I'm surprised for how big how wide the opening is, but you got your mouth right here. So I did ask a few people who have used it for a few weeks about heat issues because you have your mouth so close. But when you're putting it up, you actually are pretty much here. You can you can try to stick it down your throat like girl likes, but that's gonna get that's gonna warm you up real quick. So so basically, you just usually
over there.
Oh, you hear that? Yeah, that's a hair dryer. Hang on, let me go to my other mic.
Hey, somebody's just shrink wrapping some batteries, right?
Yeah. How's that? Is that better? Can you still hear it?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I got to shrink out batteries. I got the white shrink back there. So. But there you go. It's I think for the price, it's really worth it. Nice little tank. All the people that bitch and complain that they can't get a Narda, or the Narda tank, it's not bad for the price. So,
Got a question for you in chat, Mast. They asked,
what's that?
Are you forced to use that moonshot chuff cap?
No, you can actually put a drip tip here. So you can take your drip tip Let me see if I can get this.
Oh, it has a 510 adapter.
No, you actually can put it right on there if you want. So
yes, I don't know. I don't like the way it looks with it on there.
Right, or you could go to the lower end one. I mean, this is a gigantic drip tip to begin with, but you can go to the lower profile one.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so those are the two options that you have, which is either the lower profile one or that. But yeah, I mean, if you have I don't have it easily accessible my small drip tip. I mean, but you could do something like that in a smaller one or one that's tapered. So, but yes, these are the two options that you have. These guys on their site actually have suggestions and comments and stuff like that, and you can go in and suggest, okay, maybe a different top cap, but this thing is going to be standard threaded. I mean, someone can easily make a cap for this. See, so you can make a cap maybe that is flatter straight across, and so, but I haven't done anything to this. I haven't deburred. I haven't had to clean it up or nothing. So, and I think that's worth. I'm not trying to beat that down, but I think that's worth noting for the price and where it's made. You get a lot of addies that come over, and they have you literally run a paper towel in, and you see burrs, you see still machine oil on stuff, and the QC is very low on it, and so I think it's worth mentioning. I think it's a really good deal. So, and like I said, I got this from Veritube, and they're up on his site, veritube.com. Pin Dad by BomberTech.
I was having more fun on the show when we were talking about non-vaping stuff.
I think the tank looks pretty damn neat.
Things got very boring when we switched to vaping.
Yep, but no, that is a cool tank. There's no doubt. It looks like an evolution of the Origene / split, which is cool.
Mm-hmm. So is that it?
Yeah, the valve is the interesting part. I haven't seen something that'll seal like that and not spill that you can still get to through the top cap. And I'm wondering if that's why they did that like that, so you could still use your glass dropper and stuff. And
you probably can. It's actually slightly more complex than the split. The split actually doesn't have a valve in it, but you don't need it because it doesn't come out.
Yeah,
but still, that's neat.
I like that. It also comes with the squonking pin. A lot of stuff is requiring you to buy that separate. So, and you have your. I think they've covered a lot of things that people complain about when they go get a tank, right? Oh, well, it's only single coil, or oh, it's dual coil, and there's no way to close the airflow for one. Well, now you got this single airflow air ring. You have the spacer. So
all the things.
Anytime you've got a Gen A that's got a squonking pin included, that's pretty. I think it's cool. It's a cool feature. I dig it.
Yep, and I'll put the link for the site on chat. Hashtag kickbacks. Damn right, Durham.
So, do we have anything else to talk about tonight? Because we do have one other thing to talk about. I was going to save that for last.
Edit.
Well, how last? Because I wanted to play the video we were talking about earlier.
Oh, go ahead, play that first.
Okay. So we were talking about the whole Alexa thing, and here's what happened to a little kid.
Play ticker. Alexa, play ticker.
Bobby, can you talk to play wheels?
You want to hear a station for porn detected? Porno ringtone, hot chick, amateur girl, calling sexy.
No.
Hot pussy, anal dildo ringtone.
Alexa, stop!
I hadn't seen that.
I caught one. I think it was last night. Somebody was saying the Hatchimals or whatever the new fancy toys
I
were.
think I sent that over last night.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch the video?
Yeah.
The whole thing is supposedly snoring and it sounds like it's saying "fuck me."
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Apparently, a lot of them
Dude, there's-
aren't hatching when they're supposed to, and when
Yeah.
they're snoring, they're like, "Fuck me."
Mm-hmm.
Dude, there was a lot of people pissed off trying to sue the company, saying that they spent all this money on this Hatchimals and nothing hatched.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, it's got fucking batteries in it. So how long did it sit up on the shelf? So-
Taduro, by the way, the discount code is IP based, so basically, if it's your IP, it won't work,
No promises.
and it's #kickbacks. I will not tell you what organization of capitals and lower cases there are, and/or if there are special characters involved, though. You have to figure that shit out for yourself.
What was the last thing, Sean?
So, as you guys know, we're coming very closely to 3 years.
Yeah.
3 years is coming up in a couple weeks. This is where I want
crazy.
This is where I want to throw in we're ending the show joke again.
Oh, wait. Before we end the show forever at 3 years, the Titan sale, New Year's sale, is going on still. $100 for Titans. So we got nice mountain stock with different combinations of colors and hardware. So check them out. Titan at silversteinvapor.com.
Nice. So, as is customary when we celebrate our year anniversaries, which is really our big celebration every year, right? We do a year celebration. We usually have some people who've been on the show before, which we're going to do. If you've been on the show before and you want to come on and say, hey, hello, tell us what you've been doing. It'll be brief, mind you. Let us know if you live far away and cannot appear live. You can feel free to send us in a video submission, and we may air that during the show. I'm looking at you, Todd. I expect one from you. And our other kind of big custom when we do these is to do a charity. What did we refer to it as earlier? Kind of the battle of the charities. We make a little competition out of it, so to speak, where all 4 of us pick a charity, and you can donate to any one of those charities or advocacy, and then we tally up how much each individual charity has made. And it's a friendly competition between the 4 of us, so which charity we raise more money for.
Donate to the charity.
And-
I need money.
Yeah.
Buy me an S5.
It's a very friendly competition. Like, none of us really care what you pick, but we had a lot of fun with it the last time that we did it, and I think we did something semi-similar. No, we just did a big giveaway the first year. We did a charity. The second year, we're going to do a charity this year too. The dates are still out in the open because we've all been sick or gone or shit has been going on. So we may not be announcing winners on our 1 year show, which is going to be on the 16th. So if you want to come on and stuff, that'll be on the 16th. We may be waiting until the 23rd to announce winners, so we may turn it into like a 2-week celebration. But we'll have details posted in the Plumes group as we go. The goal here is really just to donate money to good causes, and the hope is that we'll be able to come up with some really cool shit to give away. If you're a vendor who's been on the show before, and we do tend to limit it to vendors who have been on the show or we have relationships with, because if you haven't, like, why would you want to give us 4 douchebags something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we do tend to limit to people who have been on the show or within our sphere or circle. But if you are one of those vendors and you are watching the show, hit up me or Brian or Master Fu for that matter, and we can get you sorted to donate for our little charity raffle drive as well.
Speaking of Vara, I don't think we've actually had Perry on, have we?
No, but he always donates.
I know.
Perry doesn't want to come on, Red.
Yeah, he doesn't want to come on. Same thing with Omen. Can't get Omen to come on. Can't get Nar to come on. Rag.
Oh yeah.
I'll
That's
ask
why
him
I'd
to
say
see.
within our direct sphere as well counts.
Omen is on my computer case now. The sticker. So.
Word.
Yeah.
But we will be doing that, and hopefully we'll give you guys enough time to recoup a little bit from Christmas and the holidays, to a point where we can raise some money for a good cause, or a few good causes for that matter, or for vaping advocacy. It's up to you. I don't want to just limit. None of us want to just limit people to vaping advocacy. We want to give you an option to donate to whatever you want. Well, within our 5 choices, so to speak.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So there will be 5 options, and it's a good chance to raise some money for good causes. Last year, I think we did like $6,000 or $7,000, which was fucking amazing.
That was nuts.
Yeah. So that's not necessarily our expectation, but it makes, I think, me, and I can probably speak for the other guys, feel really good to know that, at least once a year out of us showing up every Monday, we've done at least a few charities where we've raised money for good causes. Like, that makes me feel really good that we can do that. So it's something that I'm really proud of, and it's something that I really like doing every year. So
Agreed.
That's what I got. That's it. That's just the last thing that I wanted to say.
Word.
It works.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll be back next week and everybody feeling better and back to normal.
Let's hope so.
Yep.
And remember, boys and girls, 2016 was last year.
And don't forget your electrolyte powder.
Mm.
Dry knuckles.